I felt a firm push on my back, and before I knew it, I was being dragged into the back of a waiting van. Let me go, please! I pleaded as tears streamed down my face, but my cries fell on deaf ears, and the van roared to life, carrying me away to a fate unknown. Little did I know, social media would save my life. Hey, my name is Carly, and I live in Washington. Don't forget to like and subscribe to MSA. Growing up with a politician as a dad was like living in a reality TV show on steroids. We jetted off to fancy places like nobody's business. Forget Disneyland. Our family vacations were on a whole different level. It was so glamorous. Red carpets? Check. Paparazzi? Double check. Speaking of paparazzi, I remembered the day when a photographer jumped out at me after school and asked me how much I loved my parents.
I love them both, but when mommy comes in for a kiss, it's like I'm being attacked by an octopus.
It was a joke, but I was only 4 years old. Little did I know that innocent quip would turn Mom into a hilarious meme overnight.
Wow, Mom, you look cute.
But when Mom saw them, she felt terrible, and I suddenly realized that this must not be good.
I'm so sorry, Mom. I didn't mean for this to happen.
I know you didn't, sweetie, but sometimes people can be cruel, especially on social media. It's better to just avoid it overall. Growing up, I realized the challenges that came with my family's position. People were green with envy and jealous as heck. Like when I noticed an old woman afraid of crossing the street, I rushed to help her, but I ended up getting a lot more than I bargained for. As soon as I handed her purse back to her, someone recorded it and posted it, but they twisted it and made it look like I was stealing her purse. What a bummer. And just then, my dad's political enemies used the video and all hell broke loose. Suddenly, Dad started losing his supporters faster than a contestant on The Voice. I was chill until I saw Dad walking like a ticking clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock. I felt terrible, so I stayed away from social media. But as I entered high school, Twitter, Instagram, and WhatsApp became big parts of everyone's lives. Even my best friend Sarah was always on her phone, chatting with guys on social media. Who are you talking to? Oh, wow. Our soccer champ just sent me a friend request. I'm so cool. Should I accept or make him wait? I couldn't help but feel a twinge of jealousy. I started thinking of using it. Should I? Shouldn't I? Okay. You won. And I was stuck with my boring SIM card for texting, and soon, all my friends ghosted me. It was so annoying. But at least I had Sarah, who never got bored of me and always knew how to cheer me up. We made silly videos of ourselves doing fun things. Like that time I was singing my song. Money in the bank, I got it. Living like a rock star, party like a pop star. You can call me queen, I'm popping like a cork star. And Sarah posted the video on her Instagram without my permission, which made me really upset. Relax, no one will see it. You don't know that. Yes, I do. You're no Beyonce, and no one's losing their minds over your silly skills. Yeah, she was right. It only got a few comments, but it was still fun and addictive to read them. I was done playing the good angel role. It was time to explore. So I caved in and created my own social media account with a different identity, just to see the comments. It was fun. Sarah and I continued to make silly videos, and we always played silly characters. But soon enough, Savannah, the TikTok girl of our school, was furious when she heard her friends gushing over my videos. She was so mad that she could have TikTok danced her way to Siberia. You think you're so cool with your little videos, don't you? Huh? What do you mean? Just stick to your own lane.
Who made you queen telling Carly what to do? Just because you got no talent doesn't mean you gotta bring others down. Bye, Felicia. Get off your throne.
We both laughed, and Savannah just rolled her eyes and walked away, like she was Kim Kardashian and I was just an extra in the Kardashian reality show. But then I quickly put an end to our Instagram or TikTok war when Matthew joined our school. He was Justin Bieber's son. I mean, he looked like him. Actually, he was the son of my dad's faraway friend. And the second he stepped through the door, he had everyone's attention. He was smart, handsome, and had a charm that Savannah was all too eager to bask in. She was practically throwing herself at him. Hey, Matthew, you're looking good today. Mind if I take a quick selfie with you? Actually, I'd prefer if you didn't. Come on, don't be so uptight. It's just a harmless picture. I'm sorry, Savannah. I'm just not interested. I was wondering why Matthew didn't. I mean, everyone has social media, right? So I did what any self-respecting Gen Z would do. I stalked him online. To my surprise, I found absolutely nothing, leaving me to conclude that Matthew must be part of the 1% of people who don't have a presence on the internet. Hashtag, where are you, Matthew? Hashtag, no social life. Is this seat taken? Yes, by me. Just kidding. It's all yours. Thanks. Hey, I noticed you haven't been very active on Insta lately. Or, oops, why am I always in a rush? Someone's stalking me? Well, I like my privacy. I can't stand social media. What about you? Ugh, I hate it too. I recently deleted my account. I turned red. Why did I just lie? Same. I mean, what's the point of having thousands of followers if you don't even know them in real life? Yeah, totally. I'm sure all my followers were robots anyway. As we chatted, I felt myself opening up to Matthew like a book. Pretty soon, I realized that I was falling for him faster than a ton of bricks. Why are we waiting? Let's go for a class. I'm just waiting for the montage of us running through a meadow hand in hand. You're different from all those other girls. You don't need to seek validation from others. Matthew seemed to feel the same way, and we started spending more time together. And next, I was expecting a romantic dinner, but instead, I got a hiking invitation. At first, I felt let down a little, but it turned out amazing as we spent the entire day there. And when we were making our way down, my foot slipped, and that's when I got my chance. So I pretended to be in real trouble. I stretched out my arms and closed my eyes, expecting Matthew to scoop me up like in the movies. But instead, he ruined the moment by calling the rescue team to help me out. Talk about a buzzkill. And for the next few days, I was tossing and turning until one morning when I finally mustered up the courage to tell him how I felt. As we sat on a hilltop watching the sunset, I looked into his perfect eyes. I need to tell you something. Me too. Okay, you first. He smiled and pulled me close to whisper in my ear. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. I think I've fallen in love with you. I felt my heart skip a beat. I think Cupid just shot me too. We shared our first kiss as the sun dipped below the horizon, and I knew that our love was something special. Everything was perfect, and even our parents began to talk about us moving in together after graduation and getting married one day. But Savannah, who was still jealous of our relationship, had other plans. The next day at school, I was more anxious than a squirrel on a highway, as I couldn't find Matthew, and he didn't reply to me the entire day. Have you seen Matthew? I think he's avoiding me. Sorry, what? I was too busy stalking my ex's new girlfriend on Instagram. You know, I always knew you were too basic for Matthew. He needs someone who doesn't embarrass herself on social media all the time. And just like that, my worst fear was confirmed. She had shown him my silly videos. The bell rang, and Savannah and I had a face-off. I was ready to go all Jersey Shore on her if I had to, but thankfully Sarah stepped in before I had to break out my hair-pulling skills. After my fight with Savannah, I stormed out of the school, and there he was, standing outside waiting for me. As we got into his car, Matthew turned to me, and his expression was colder than an iceberg in Antarctica. Why didn't you tell me? I was scared to lose you by telling you the truth. I can't believe you lied to me. I'm sorry. My parents are really upset. They saw the dance video and all the others. My dad is a politician, and I can't have a girlfriend who's a social media sensation. But I only have like 20 followers. I felt a lump in my throat as I realized what was happening. You're breaking up with me because of this? I'm sorry. I don't know if I can go past that lie. And this whole social media thing is not my cup of tea. But we love each other. Can't we work through this together? I need to do what's best for my family. Please, Matthew, don't do this. I'll delete my account. I'm sorry, Carly. I need some time to think about things, but we can still be friends. I got out of the car and watched him drive away. Friends? As I walked home, I noticed a van following me. At first, I didn't think much of it, but then 2 men got out and dragged me into the van. I was terrified and confused, wondering what was happening. As we drove to a secret location, I kept thinking it was a prank. Savannah must have paid these guys to play a joke on me. Is this some kind of punked episode? Do I get to meet Ashton Kutcher now? Seriously, if this is Savannah's idea of a joke, tell her it's not funny. As the van stopped in the middle of nowhere, I realized this was no prank. It was real, and I was in trouble. Look, I don't know what you guys want, but all I have is some gum and a half-eaten granola bar in my backpack. There was silence from the guys in the front of the van, and I started to feel a little uneasy. Suddenly, the kidnappers hopped out, and I heard a dial tone. Hey, we got her. No, we didn't hurt her. Sure, we're ready, as agreed, asking for a ransom. A ransom? Who do they think I am? A Kardashian? After what felt like an eternity, I heard the sounds of footsteps approach the back of the van. I knew this was my chance to escape. I braced myself for what was to come, but then I heard a familiar voice. Carly, are you in there? I couldn't believe it. It was Sarah. She found me. Or was she one of them? The back door opened, and I saw Sarah and Matthew standing in front of me with a group of police officers behind them. Are you okay? I'm so sorry for what I said earlier. I can't ever lose you. I nodded, too overwhelmed to speak. Matthew lovingly scooped me up like a pizza from the van. Come on, guys, it's a serious situation. Stop giggling. What is happening here? How did you find me?
Social media. Savannah was acting really weird in school, like wearing sunglasses inside and being afraid of her own shadow. I got suspicious that she was hiding something. I checked her social media and saw that she had posted a vlog of herself walking.
And that's when we saw you in the background of our video, getting shoved into a van. We got the license plate and gave the information to the police. You saved my life. Carly. My parents arrived by helicopter like their own personal Mission Impossible, and it was hard to tell who was more relieved, me or them. Oh my dear, we were worried sick about you. Can't even imagine what you've been through. Your safety is our top priority, Carly. We were ready to do anything to bring you back. I thought I was never gonna see you guys again, but thanks to Sarah and Matthew, I'm here, and social media. It's funny how something that almost ruined my life ended up saving it. Social media caused so much drama in my life and almost cost me everything, including Matthew. But without it, who knows how long it would have taken to find me. Just then, the police took the kidnappers into custody. You'll pay for this. Something just doesn't feel right. The police stripped the bad guys of their belongings and shook hands with my dad. I quickly dialed the last number and saw my dad pull out his phone and drop the call. It was him. I was horrified. My own father orchestrated my kidnapping? That night, Dad admitted to it and asked for my forgiveness. I know it seems extreme, but it was the only way to win back my voters. If I lost the election, my opponent would have won and ruined everything that I've worked for. I don't care about losing, but people would have suffered. There would have been no social security, no free education, and no health insurance. I couldn't let that happen.
But you put your political things ahead of your own daughter's safety? And if it was for good, why didn't you involve me in your plan? I could have helped you, or at least have been prepared for what was gonna happen.
I wish I could have involved you, but the plan involved highly confidential information. Even family members can accidentally leak information, and I couldn't take that risk. I truly believed that what I was doing was for the greater good. I instructed the fake kidnappers not to hurt you, and they didn't. And now that you're home safe, I hope you can understand why I did this.
As news of my kidnapping spread, the public's empathy for my father grew. I knew his intentions were good, but his actions were wrong. Still, I forgave him. He was reelected and made sure that everyone got what they deserved, better wages. I learned the value of honesty and communication. I realized that sometimes people make mistakes, but forgiveness and understanding can bring healing and peace. As for Matthew and I, we were able to continue our relationship, and our love only grew stronger. He even willingly participated in a video for Sarah's TikTok.